right, all right, all right. Game 4. Back in Antioch. Boys look refreshed. Disappointing game this morning. Hopefully they found some halfway decent officials. Smokey Mountain Wild. That's our opponent for game 4. There will be a game 5 tomorrow morning. We just don't know who or at what time. Boys still looking for their first win after 2 hard-fought battles yesterday. Evenly matched game this morning, even though the score didn't reflect that. 1, 2, 3 ramp is the chant. Robbie Morrison in net for Rampage. Coach Clark on the bench again, filling in for Coach Cole. Starting lineup for Rampage, we have Marsh, Schumer. Evans is back. He's been under the weather. Missed the scrimmage. Played most of the games yesterday. I think he sat out a little bit in the late in the second game. Sat out this morning, but he's back. Cam's still under the weather. Hoping to play tomorrow. And hopefully Owen is doing better at home. We miss you. Here we go. Game 4 underway. Rampage and Wild. Smoky Mountain Wild. Evans sends it in. Schumer just gets onside. Wild send it out into the neutral zone. Green up ahead. Marsh back to the Wild blue line. Wild into the Rampage zone. Move towards the net. Poking away and a goal. Sure looked like Morrison had it covered. He's asking why there was not a whistle as they were whacking away at the goalie. That's supposed to be a slashing penalty, actually, once the goalie has it covered. The officials are talking about it. Rampage players looking on. No goal. The Wild coaches are yelling. So Rampage, which has had a couple of goals either taken away or straight out denied, finally get a call going their way early in the game. Morrison was pretty hot about it, that they were whacking at him with the puck underneath. Should have been called. One of the officials is explaining it, and he made a poking motion, like with the stick. So if the puck was trapped underneath, the Wild bench were all clapping very facetiously, kind of like we were this morning when they finally called a penalty against the other team. So it's good to see some of what we've experienced going the other way. Hopefully that continues, or maybe they'll just call it a fair game all around. Here's the Wild back the other way. 2-on-1 pass came across behind the other player. Casagrande, who's been a part of both of the overturned and disallowed goal, does have one on the weekend officially. Talking to his mom beforehand. He's a little frustrated, but he just keeps shooting the puck, and that's what they all need to do. Shoot more, crash the net. Good things will happen. Twos, far side, back on defense. Played a little forward this morning. Other defense is Green. Forwards right now are Parent, Roberts, and the Wild send it in offsides. Frank is centering with Parent and Roberts. Roberts to take the face off. Roberts gets knocked down. Wild, well offsides. Another face-off. Same place. Oh, we're bringing it to this side. Wild will change out a couple players. Rampage keeping the same 5. Frank again. Kicked ahead by the Wild. Picked up by Roberts. Oh my gosh, elbow right to the head on Roberts. He gets right back up. That was right in front of us. No question that was an elbow to the head, to the boards. That should be an ejection. But the official either didn't see it or didn't see it the way we did right here in front of us. Thankfully, Grayson right back up. That is super, super dangerous. Green far side. Wild moving through the circle. Shot through the paint to the near corner. Back to the half wall. Roberts. And now Frank. Shot right down the middle. That will be a good goal. Lots of bodies in front. I don't think Morrison could see that goal coming. So what you got to do is send it to the net. The more shots you take, the more chances you have. Marsh out at center now with Schumer and Evans. George back behind the net. Wild take it away. Right out in front. Shot, save, and cover by Morrison. .12 left in the first period. They're not marking the shots. 1-0 Wild lead. Wild with the puck. Up top. High to low. Right out in front. Could not get the shot off. Loose puck ends up back behind Morrison, who's back on his feet. Up ahead, Marsh has Schumer and Evans. Marsh gets taken down. No call. Jorg gets taken out. Again, no call. Morrison will stop the puck. Pretty rough start to the game. So far, they're letting things go. That tends to lead to things getting out of hand. Then they'll have to try and rein it back in. We'll see how that goes. Wild have the puck now. Low to high, and the cross ice pass was broken up by Soper. And Wild back in. Cut toward the net, forced low. Now to the outside corner. Good body from Helen. Helen gets the puck. Helen wraps it around up to Casagrande. To Soper. Soper chases, and Casagrande steps up. Stretch pass is right on the tape at the Rampage blue line. Wild are changing. We get their pressure down low now and get the puck back deep. Rampage clears it. Soper racing to the puck. They battle with a Wild player. Casagrande had the puck and then bumped off, and then Frank comes flying in. Frank with a shot. Good steal by Frank. They never saw him coming. Here's Frank again. Frank Roberts, parent far side, held up at the blue line. Now Roberts with the tenacious pressure. Scrappy Hornet line back together. Jorg comes across. Battle into the corner. Second Wild player comes in. Parent up ahead. Parent down the right-hand side. Flips it in. Will chase with Roberts. Parent and Roberts both going low. Right off the bench. Here comes Evans to Roberts. Roberts tried to shoot it. Blocked. Green. And Rampage has two players back. A shot and goal. The stick pressure from Mayer, not enough to keep the shot from leaving the Wild stick and ended up in the back of the net. 2-0 Wild lead. 9:04 left in the first. The Wild are definitely outplaying the Rampage. They have more possession. They've been a little more aggressive towards the puck. Rampage needs to match the effort here. Evans in at center. Puck is underneath him. Marsh trying to get in there to help out. Marsh gets a stick on it. Back to Schumer up ahead towards Marsh. That one will go right in on the goalie. Marsh down low to the far corner. Marsh down low again. Wild reverse and double reverse. Out to the top. Good defense from it's a good defensive play by Mayer, and at the same time I was trying to talk about that, Evans gets boarded. Play continued, and it looked like the Wild was going to get a break. The puck came in and covered by Morrison. 8:23, defensive zone face-off. Rampage sends on fresh skaters. Helen to take the face-off. Picked up by the Wild. Pressure from Helen. Back behind is Green. Up ahead to Casa Grande. Shot over the net. Back to the far wall. Soper challenging at the point. Picked up by Helen. And cleared out of the zone. Right now, Rampage is just being pushed around and out-skated. Couple of moments. But overall, the Wild are definitely taking it to Rampage so far. Icing on the Wild. Helen, Soper, Casagrande, Twos, and Green on the blue line. Officials are talking about something. Maybe, hey, we need to tamp it down a little bit. It's getting a little bit rough. That's what I'd be saying if I was out there, but then again, I probably would have called the boarding already. Would have definitely called an elbow and an ejection up on Grayson's head. And you don't see our kids doing that kind of stuff. They get called for things, but they're not nearly as dangerous as the stuff that's been being done to them with no calls. Here comes Helen into the Wild zone. Back into the Rampage zone. Jorg being pressured, gets it back into the neutral zone. Jorg now from his own blue line. Skates through center, dishes. Over to Parent. Parent run into. He got it up ahead. It was a nice shot on net. So Rampage needs to start pushing back. They need to start playing some bodies of their own without being dangerous. Be smart about playing hockey. Parent and Jorg racing to the puck with the Wild player. Wild sends it across. Jorg laid a body back behind the net. Battle on the near boards. They rush for the puck. Jorg gets there, sends it to center. Jorg taken down. There is going to be a penalty on that. I don't know if it's interference, hooking. or holding. Could be any one of the three. Cross check. Didn't have that one on my bingo card. Rampage going to the power play. 6:19 left in the first. Trailing 2-0. Good hustle by Jordan. Keep his feet moving. Happened behind the play. Official saw it, called it. So maybe they were talking about trying to get some control that they were letting go. Nice shot from Sanborn at the point. Goalie saw it just in time. Just about a blue line snipe there. It was a shorthanded opportunity, but held in on the line by Evans. Evans in the slot. Waits. Shot was blocked down low. Comes to the other side. Evans and Schumer. One of them able to hold in. Schumer. Out towards the blue line. Sent back towards the net. Helen across. Twos. Into the slot. Good backhand from Schumer. There's not a whole lot on it. Wild get it out. Helen sticks a leg up, so there's no icing. Had he not touched it, the Wild player may have been off to the races, taking a chance being shorthanded, but they're putting some pressure on now with one less attacker. That one comes out. We'll send it back in while the Wild finish their change. 16 seconds left in the Rampage power play. Good movement, couple opportunities early. Now the Wild putting some pressure on shorthanded. Shot in on Morrison, covered. 7 seconds left in the power play. 4:55 to go in the period. Looks like Morrison might be hurt. He's having a hard time. I think it might be his knee. Appears to be in a little bit of distress. I don't know if Coach Clark realizes it or if he's just playing dumb to give him some more time in case he does need to walk out there. Morrison's not looking good. Yeah, he's favoring his knee. I think he's going to come out. Yeah, I think the official's going to go on that. Yeah, Morrison's coming out. I think he may have pulled something or hurt his knee. So McKay will come in. Looks like it's his knee. So McKay comes on. Hopefully Robbie just tweaked it and didn't do any big damage. Try and keep an eye on how he's looking over there. We'll see what happens at the period end too. If he comes out and tries to skate it off. Maybe if he sits there for a little bit, if he just tweaked it, it'll feel better. Wild now with the pressure. They're back to 5-on-5. Still 2-0. 4:25 left in the first. Down low, Green and Parent battling for the puck. Wild come away with it. Go to the other side. Jorgen's over there. Soper trying to clear. All the way to the blue line and now out. Wild have to get back on side. Casagrande, pressure. Picked up by Soper, dropped to Green. Up ahead to Soper. That's Casagrande with him, back in the Rampage zone. Jorgen's back, Green on the back check. Shot towards McKay. And loose puck sliding Frank off the bench with a great save. Covering up the backside that was open after all the activity on the right side. That one just made it on the outside of the goal. Little optical illusion, looked like it was in the back of the net before it skidded around to the far side. Here's a challenge from Casa Grande at the point. And Frank up ahead to Soper. Frank being pulled at. Just keeps going like the Energizer Buddy. Wild, relentless in their attack, right back at it. Right out in front, just wide and picked up. So it went right on the left side, came to the right side. There was a little daylight there and the rebound. Fired past McKay. So miss on the left, trapped the goalie, and it's almost like a set play to bounce it off the back and have someone there. .250 left in the first, 3-0, Wild lead. Wild right back at it, shot off the back glass, came all the way back out. They'll send it back in, touch outside the Rampage blue line, so no icing. This Wild team, besides the very aggressive attack, they look really good on their systems. And having people in the right places, whether it's an outlet pass or even in the zone. Another shot towards the net. 2 shots ago hit the crossbar. Stayed in play, went up very high. And here's another centering pass. Oh. McKay made 1, maybe 2 saves. And the puck came back to the opposite side of where he made the save. 1 in front, 1 from the right. Bounced over to the left. Nobody home, and Wild fired away, 4-0. I would say that this is definitely the most skilled team we've played. Maybe the first team on the scrimmage was comparable, but I think this team has definitely looked the best as far as their plays and their aggression towards the puck and on the body. Far corner, Rampage looking for an answer to 2 goals on Morrison, 2 goals on McKay in relief, and it's 4-0. 1:32 to go. So according to Robbie's mom, he didn't fall or pull his knee. He took a puck to the knee. So hopefully he's got some ice on it and it won't be too bad of an injury. Far side, Helen challenging at the blue line. George sends it back out into center ice. Mayer with the body. Down low, George. Good stick on puck, body on body. Casa Grande comes in. Lots of yelling from, I think, one of the 5 adults that are on the Wild bench. Probably wanting some sort of penalty. There are 4 adults on the bench and 1 in the penalty box. Shot and gloved by McKay. One of them over there is very boisterous. It's been a while since I saw 4 coaches on the bench. I guess 4 amateur coaches equal 1 former NHL player. Is that how it works? Wild centering pass knocked to the inside. 20 seconds to go in the first period. Evans down low. Wild skating it all the way back into the slot and then dropped to the far point, shot blocked by Schumer up into the netting. Evans in to take the face off with 4 seconds left in the first. Coaches want Wild to shoot. They do. Time expires. End of the first. 4-0. Robbie's mom just walked by with a bag of ice, so it's good. Get some ice on Robbie's knee. Coach Clark looks pretty calm over there. Patiently talking to the boys, making eye contact with everybody, looking down one side, from one side down to the other. Okay, heads back down to the other end. I don't see Robbie on the bench, so maybe he went to the locker room to get the ice on his knee that his mom walked by with. So nobody running the penalty box for Rampage, so hopefully that means we're not going to have any penalties. Here's a giveaway right at the opening face-off. Wild skate right in, and McKay with a stop. Switch out the D after that. Green and Jorg come on for Mayer and Sanborn. 9 seconds gone by. Here the second battle in the far corner. Out to the point. Give a chance for Rampage. One-on-one, Marsh sends it across to Evans. Puck was just in front of him. Rampage finally gets someone in front of the net, but they lose control of the puck. Trying to get it back now. Marsh, who was in front of the net, got the puck back, and now Wild back the other way. Jorg skating, rebound. So McKay made the first stop. Jorg was there. Rebound came right back to the player who skated it in, and just one shot, two shot, second shot, goal. Five nothing, 14-15 to play in the second. Parrott with a good stick, break up that pass, sends it across towards Frank, and now Frank goes down. Out to the point, Sanborn. Mayer gets back in front of the defense. Broke up the rush. Frank gets it out of the zone just long enough for it to go back in on offsides. Frank. One by Rampage. Back to the Rampage blue line. Here come the Wild again. Better D there. Sent back into the neutral zone. That's not going to have enough for icing. Roberts, dual pressure. Parent at the blue line. Outlet pass all the way down. I guess they're saying it was tipped by Parent. Challenge from Parent. Parent challenging the point. Frank with a nice block with his skate. Saw it coming. There's those soccer skills that he plays outside of hockey. He just used his foot to redirect the puck. Keep it away from the net. Shot. Knocked down with the glove. Parent uses the boards, gets it out. He'll go to the bench along with Roberts and Frank. Rampage changes all their forwards. Get onside, get it in, and back into the neutral zone. Mayer sends it ahead. Here come the Wild, broken up by Mayer. Sanborn down low with Helen. Wild stay with it, out in front and stopped by McKay. Squeezes everything closed. 12:15 left in the second. 5-0 is the score in favor of the Wild. Face off won by Rampage and immediately jumped on by the Wild, pitching down the defense. Gets it down deep, right to left into the near corner. Battle along the near wall. Comes out and a rush by Soper. Here's Soper all alone. He's being hooked at, and there is a penalty. Hooking is the call. Could not get a clean breakaway due to the hook, so Rampage will go back on the power play. Way to keep your feet moving, Jaden. Drawing the penalty, Rampage with the extra attacker. Helen in to take the face-off with Marsh and Schumer up front. Green comes to the near side, and Evans at the point has the puck now. Tried to get it to Helen. Rampage with the extra attacker. And a short-handed rush back the other way. Shot and a goal. Wild just jump on that puck and take off with ferocious speed. By the time Rampage realized what was happening, they did not get anyone back quick enough. Short-handed. Frank now with Soper and Casagrande, Sanborn and Jorg. So he went away from the 4 forward power play unit to a traditional 3-2. Here comes Jorg skating it ahead. Jorg on the attack, no rebound. Rampage still has 58 seconds left in the power play. They gave up short-handed rush and goal, but still have an opportunity to get their first goal on the power play. Frank wins it straight back, and again jumped on by a Nashville. Can't remember who these guys are for the Wild. Smoky Mountain, Smokey something Wild. Let me look here. Smoky Mountain Wild. They are tenacious. They see a loose puck and just go for it. Far side. Wrapped around in the near corner. Jorg pops it out into the neutral zone. sent on ahead. Wild gathered up, unable to clear. Second effort. Not only clear, but off to the races again. Sandborn takes it. Now Rampage has an opportunity with the rush. Could have been a 4-on-3 back the other way. And Wild again, second shorthanded goal with 11 seconds. No goal. There's a penalty coming. Yep, he called a penalty before the goal. Interference. And I think is giving the coach, just threw the coach out. Nice. That's what I like to see. They got too many anyways. So there's a interference call and then unsportsmanlike. So it's going to be a 5-on-3. One of the coaches has been thrown out, but he isn't leaving. And now he is. So at least these refs have a little bit of control of this game and aren't going to take the crap. I like to see that. Our boys aren't playing as good as they have, but at least the officiating seems to be the best we've seen this weekend. Unfortunately, that's been a very low bar to cross. Doesn't look like the guy left. There's still 4 of them on the bench. So I'm not sure if they got a unsportsmanlike and he told them to leave that he didn't. I'll just keep putting players in the box until the coach leaves. So Rampage still had 11 seconds left on the original penalty, of which they've given up, well, looked like they had given up a second shorthanded, but then they called an additional interference and unsportsmanlike. So now it'll be 5-on-3 for the 11 still has to come off, plus the 130. So they don't even know what to do, but basically the 11 seconds, when that comes off, that person has to stay in the box because you can never go below 3 players. Once the whistle blows after the 11 seconds, that player can come out, but there'll still be 2 in the box for whatever time remains. And that's what they're trying to figure out. But whatever coach was asked to leave never left. Here's Green from the point. Shot just missed. Schumer now. Marsh being pressured and the Wild able to get it out. And they're still going to rush towards it, even 5-on-3. And they get a break, wait, and a goal. 5-on-3, and the Wild still score on Rampage. These kids are tenacious, very aggressive on a 5-on-3 when you're leading 6-0 to go after it. But I guess why not, right? So now one should be able to come out of the box. So it should be 5-on-4. The unsportsmanlike should have to stay in there. But maybe they just got another penalty. I don't even know. 1:30 is up on the clock. There's 2 kids in the box. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe because the coach never left, but it doesn't look like anybody's trying to leave over there. Looks like it's still going to be 5-on-3, which didn't seem to stop the Wild from scoring another shorthanded goal. They're trying to explain it all over there with the different penalties and the timing of it. And I think this referee's also trying to explain it to some of the kids. Rampage players all looking dejected. The Wild players, one of them sitting on the bench. The rest of them are standing up. All 4 adults are still on the bench. after one of them had been told to leave. I have no idea what could be going on over there at this point. I just know that they have a lot of goals and we don't have any. Even with 5-on-3, we haven't been able to stop them or put one in the back of their net. We've got one official talking to two of the Wild players at center ice. The other official is trying to explain to the scorekeeper what's going on. Now he's talking to one of the coaches, one of the four. Another Wild player is having a powwow with the goalie. And the Rampage guys are all just kind of standing around the ice. Soper's talking about something. Okay, now he reminded the guy that he's supposed to leave. But nobody's leaving, so unclear what's going on. 109 now on the clock for the 5-on-3. There should have been somebody that came out after they scored. Well, no, they scored shorthanded, so. But the first guy that was in there, he was able to come out. The other two, they would only come out if we scored. Sanborn with a shot. Loose puck. Soper with a shot. He gets laid out as he came hard to the net. Sanborn, cross, shot from the point, deflected, blocked, and flipped out. So I think all of that was just to say how much time was supposed to still be on the clock. They could let the original guy out. There's another shorthanded shot, 3-on-5. Up ahead to Casagrande. Flips it in. Frank will go into the corner. 10 seconds left, and both players will come out of the box at the same time, since the penalties were called at the same time. And another shorthanded goal. Actually, it was just as time expired, so even strength. Possibly. Yeah, I've lost track. I think in most of these they have, well, in tournaments they'll do a goal, but they should still count them, because if we start making a comeback, which, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on now. It looks like they haven't been counting goals up on the scoreboard. The official is talking to the scorekeeper. Don't know what the delay would be this time. Maybe that now the clock says, I don't know, somehow they're messing with the official time. They're letting it run down. I don't know where it should even be at this point. But it sounds like looks like the officials have a plan. A couple of the players are talking to each other out at center ice. Sure they don't know what's going on. trying to figure it out. Someone's back talking to McKay. Coaches calling players to their bench from the Wild. They're putting someone back into the penalty box. I have no idea. I'm at a loss for whatever's going on right now. No clue. Penalty time, it all expired. It looks like it's going to be 5-on-4 for I don't even know what reason. There's no penalty time up on the board. Wild with 4 skaters, Rampage with 5. Scoreboard says 6-0, but both Jay and I think it should be higher than that. Don't even know at this point. They had one that was disallowed because of a penalty, which then resulted in a second penalty due to the coach's reaction. Thought that one of the coaches was asked to leave. They never did. So just cannot, for the life of me, understand what's going on in this game right now. Other than the Wild have a lot of goals and we have none. And now the penalty box is empty. I think we'll be back to 5-on-5 with 6:56 left in the second period. Face off in the Rampage zone. Now it's showing 7-0. Back to the point. Wild shot blocked by Jorg, picked up by Marsh. Marsh down the left-hand side. Dishes to Evans. Overskates the puck. Don't think that he is anywhere near 100%, but he's trying to play and help his team. Sent out of the zone. Jorg will go back for it, and here comes a Wild player as well. Jorg pressured right off the puck, and then the Wild player loses an edge. So a second Wild player comes in to pressure Jorg. Marsh unable to exit. Pushing and shoving at the blue line between Marsh and a Wild player. Mayer goes back to get it. Held in at the point and taken away by Evans. Evans has Marsh with him. Evans being slashed at. Pushed up on the boards. Puck taken away. Here's another break for the Wild. Good defense by Twos. Somebody helping Jack out a little bit. Here comes Soper. Uses the boards. Rushing up ahead. Helen. Soper. Soper makes a move towards the net. Immediately swarmed by 3 Wild players and Wild back the other way. On the left-hand side. Into the boards. A battle for the puck. Wild sent it towards the net. Held in at the blue line. Kicked ahead by Sanford. Brought into the circle by the Wild. Shot over the net, out to the point, and Soper gets there. Soper gets it ahead. Back to center. Helen. Puck's behind him, trying to dig it out. Casagrande stick hit. Not sure what all the cheering was about there, but into the near corner. 4:30 left in the second. Score is 7-0. Favor of the Wild. Casagrande far side. Down low. Back to the top. Held in with a skate momentarily. Here's Soper. Rushing towards the puck. Soper gets there. Shot and gloved by the Wild goalie. 4:07 and the clock is running. Frank in to take the face off. Robert to the far corner. Out front is Parent battling for the puck. Comes out into the neutral zone and still battling. Jorg. Pressure at the Rampage blue line. Someone dropped the stick. And another wild goal. Rampage has absolutely no answer for the Wild. Doesn't matter the line combination, extra skater, one or two. The Wild is just having their way with Rampage. Here's Marsh, shot, loose puck, Evans, flipped up and just behind the net. Evans trying to break the shutout. And up and into the Rampage penalty box. Now the clock was running earlier when it was 7-0, and now it's 8-0, and the clock has stopped. Center ice, Schumer sends it in. 3:04 left in second. Sent into the neutral zone by the Wild. They get back on sides. Nope, they say they did not. Face-off won by the Wild, sent in right to left behind McKay. It appears that Morrison is done for the day. He has not returned to the bench. I thought once he got the ice maybe he would, but I've not seen him. They have a whistle, a penalty. Wild going to the bench. Coaches are yapping. Officials are looking. Head contact. Appears to be the signal, which means they need to send one more in. Yep, 10-2. He's in the box. But someone has to serve the minor, and then he gets to take a 10-minute break for head contact. So not only are they winning, they're not being very polite in the way that they're playing. So at least Rampage is finally getting some good officiating. Unfortunately, they're being wildly outplayed. The scorekeeper has 2 minutes up on the board. Even though we say 10-2 at this age group, it's a 1.5 for a minor. So it should be a 1.5 for the person serving the minor, which I didn't see what the call was, but then there was head contact, which is a 10-minute misconduct. So the player who did the bad thing has to sit in the box for the whole 11.5 minutes, but the minor's served by one of the other players on the bench, and when that minor is over, they can come out back onto 5-on-5. So Rampage with a 5-on-4 power play, looking for their first goal of the game, and here comes the Wild back the other way, shorthanded. They have a couple shorties already. One was disallowed due to another power play or a penalty, but they have added a couple after that as well. Jorg, Mayer, Frank, Evans, Roberts. Power play for another 107. Jorg back to get the puck. Up to the point, held in by the shorthanded Wild. They continue to keep it in the rampage zone, even being down a player. Picked up by Mayer, sent across towards Frank. Evans. Jorg into the corner. Rampage with the man advantage for another 30 seconds. Evans, unable to clear, tries again, denied a second time. Roberts will take it, send it up to Frank. Frank with some speed. Forced to the outside. Sent towards the net. Coming in was Roberts, couldn't get a shot off. Evans with a good poke check and offside. 3 seconds left in the power play. 1:19 left in the period. We got one period to go. After the remaining 1:19 for this period. 3, 2, and 1. Wild are back to full strength. The player who made the head contact will stay in the box for another 10 minutes. Flipped up high at center ice, a race to the puck. Twos looks like he gets beat. A Wild player right in front of the net. Sanborn was there. Here's Schumer. Makes a move towards the net. Forced down low. Out in front was Helen. Marsh out front. Rampage just unable to get any kind of sustained pressure. Twos blows the tire. Wild scoops in, pats across. I think McKay got a piece of that. Play continues. McKay stops it at the side of the net. .9 seconds left. Number 39 comes on the ice, along with Jorg, Casagrande, Soper, Parent in for the faceoff. Wins it, up ahead of Casagrande, over to Soper. Soper with some speed, pulls up, defense stays with them. Up top, Green sends it into the far corner. Casagrande down low, back up top. Green pinching. Wild send it out and chase. Jorg being hounded all the way down will skate it into or up to the Wild blue line, held up there momentarily, and Wild back on the counterattack. 4 seconds left in the second. Green into the corner, end of the second. 8-0. Start of the third, Wild have the puck. Into the Rampage zone, down the right-hand side. Shot, saved, into the corner, play continues. Casagrande up to Soper. Parent at the blue line with Soper. Parent to Casagrande. Casagrande sends it down. Parent will change. 30 seconds in, and Frank comes on. A stick goes flying towards the net. A puck goes flying into McKay's glove. A little more life from the Rampage to start the third period. Not sure what Coach Clark told them, but probably forget about the current score and just go out there and worry about your next shift. Make it a short one, and let's play the rest of this game like we should have been playing the whole game. That's what I would have said. And again, I'm not a coach anymore. Out to the point. Frank down the middle. Frank hauled down. A penalty upcoming. McKay was just heading towards the bench for the extra attacker. So let's see if the Rampage can do something with this power play and the extra attacker with their renewed vigor that they've started the third period with. Frank, Roberts, twos up front, Green and Jordan on the blue line. Down low, Rampage battling for the puck. Twos, gets run off. Flip down, no icing. There was no icing because the Wild were flying down the ice to get to that puck before Rampage, which it never made it down to the icing line. That one is icing, sent with Wild abandoned. Rampage will send out fresh attackers for the 1:01 remaining on the power play, and the ref just signaled that it should be a running clock. So maybe it's a third period thing, because he told them to get the clock running. Don't know what the tournament rules are here, because this is a tournament, not a showcase. Rampage will not be playing in the championship game tomorrow. There will be some consolation games in the morning. We will be a part of one of them. I just don't know which one, at what time, at which rink, but we'll find out later. And whoever you know on the team, check in with them to find out when the last game will be tomorrow. And hopefully the Rampage can finish this one with a little pride, a little hustle, and get a win tomorrow. If they play like they played the first 3 games, they can do it. Here's Marsh. Flash of the glove from the Wild goalie. Stops that. So the clock is running, 12:23. Power play is over. Wild enter Rampage zone, held up just inside the blue line. Now move it a little further down the near wall. Up top, shot, loose puck, picked up, and here comes Soper. Flying, pulls up, tries to get it deeper. Parent sends it down. Wild into the Rampage zone, onside. Jordan, good stick. Centering pass, blocked by someone in the middle there. I think it was Parent. Another shot blocked. Bouncing puck. Picked up by the Wild. Out to the point. Sent back down into the near corner. Back to the point. Out of the zone. Rampage changing, wholesale. 5 for 5. Mayer at center. Thought that's where the puck was coming, the way he was skating. Sanborn now. Back into the neutral zone. Roberts to challenge. Wild is offside. That should be a center ice. Wild up ahead into the Rampage zone. Picked up by Mayer, a battle, and flipped out, in and out, offsides. Shot from the blue line, another shot, and a goal. Rampage unable to clear after the first rebound. 2 or 3 shots after the initial save by McKay. 9-0 with 9:24 to go. Center ice, Marsh, 2-on-1 with Helen. Marsh on the left-hand side. Good stick from the Wild defense as they get back quickly. All of them back so fast. This would be a great game for Rampage to do some film review next week. Just to show these guys, after the emotion of the game, the difference in the intensity. It's not really so much a skill difference as a intensity of just driving every shift, every play. Offense, defense, the Wild are relentless. Doesn't matter, offense, defense. Here's a chance for Helen. 2-on-0. He's got Evans going to the net. Helen shot, and again, there it is. It was a 2-on-0 that the Wild defense got back and blocked the shot. So it either needed to be a quick shot, a quick pass, something other than letting the Wild get back, because they come and they come fast. And it doesn't matter if they're back checking or taking off on a shorthanded 3-on-5, they are off. They skate hard every single time. Maybe that's the key, having 4 adults on the bench to yell at the kids or make sure that they're skating hard. I don't know. But this would be a great game to watch some video and see the difference in the Wild's level of play, not necessarily skills, but just their desire and their hunger for the puck. Here is Casagrande. It's a 1-on-2, and now it's all 5 are back that quickly. They don't waste any time. 6:48 left. Soper skates around 1, cannot get the shot off, into the corner and up into the netting. Face off, won by the Wild, up ahead, just out of George's reach. K stops it. Set up ahead towards Parent. Parent runs into a player. Here goes Roberts. Roberts gets bumped off the puck. Great hockey play. Stick on puck and then the body. Had he just gone for the body, that would have been a penalty, but really good hockey play there. Stick on puck. Separate player from the puck with your body. Whoever had the 10-minute earlier is back out of the box for the Wild. I'm not sure if they'd be playing since they get 2 penalties there. If they already had 1 before, they'd be in danger of getting a 4th, which would make them ineligible for the next game. I didn't catch what number it was. Wild out to the blue line. George sent towards a loose puck, and just like that, the goalie covers, and there's 2 defensemen in front of the goalie. This is by far the best execution team that we've faced all weekend. Prior to this weekend, I'd never heard of the Smokey Mountain Wild, but they're a pretty good hockey team. Hey, Rampage got a goal. A little bit of pushing and shoving afterwards. A lot of pushing and shoving afterwards. It's like Marsh gets the goal. I'm not sure what the pushing and shoving would even be about at this point. 9-1 with 4 minutes to go. Maybe just a little bit of pride. Wild players mad that they let their goalie didn't protect the shutout. And of course, Rampage having some pride and letting them know that we're not quitting just yet. Here comes Casagrande down the middle. Casagrande right out front. Another shot. Loose puck. Oh, another shot. Soper. That's the second time today Soper's had a chance at a pretty open net and unable. A penalty looks like going to be on Rampage. Mayer. So the Wild, who have had no problem scoring 5-on-5, 4-on-5, 3-on-5, now go 5-on-4. So my assumption is Mayer will not be in the penalty box very long based on what we've seen so far. The clock has stopped as they get the penalty up and should restart and keep running now. 3 minutes to go. Wild circling. Good pressure from Sanborn. Broken up in the middle. Rampage playing the box in the middle. Standard penalty killing setup once established. Wild trying to break the coverage. Find the open player. Shot. Deflection attempt. Ends up in the near corner. Sanborn down low. Wild circling up top. Back to the top. Deflected off of Casagrande's stick into the Rampage bench. Coach Clark with the assist. 2:07 and counting. The scoreboard is now showing the score as Wild 9, Rampage 37. So they put Mayer's number on for our score, but also put his number up for the penalty. But kind of funny that it shows that we have 37 goals. Sometimes one goal feels like 37. And there's the power play goal right as the time expires. So it was actually an even strength goal. So it should show 10-1. If I was Roberts right now, I'd tell the guys line up next to me, like, geez, guys only have 10. We've got 37, man. Here they come again. Less than a minute to go. Wild playing all the way to the end. Right out in front, hits the side of the net, right out in front again. Loose puck, covered. Some more pushing and shoving. They just told the player to leave. Throwing him out. And that's it. Game over. Very ugly game 4. But I will have to say the officials did an outstanding job in this game. First time in a long time, and definitely far and above any of the officiating we've seen so far this weekend. So if there's any positive to take away, is that there are some good officials out there. They're just few and far between. And hopefully the boys get a chance to look at some film from this game to see the difference in how the Wild play and how we play. Because skill-wise, not really that much different. It's more of just a desire and skating. We'll see you again.